What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with an episode of Cool Tech under $100 for October. The series we show off some of the coolest tech you can find under that price point. If you see anything you'd like to, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. But to save you guys some money, this episode's sponsored by Karma, which is an app and a Chrome extension that uses tech to scan the web for coupon codes, price drops, all that stuff. More on them in a little bit. And October is a good time to always do $100. We usually do Cool Tech under 50, but with the holidays coming up, we got a lot of items planned. So today, under $100. Now, first up, all my knobheads rejoice, because you know. This is a wireless macro pad remote thing. It's awesome. It's from Sense Keys, and it's called their Quick Remote. It's wireless. It's got a dial, it's got buttons, got an OLED screen, tons of profiles, tons of awesome. So yes, the Sense Labs Quick Keys Remote, this is actually originally made to go along with their drawing tablets and stuff, but obviously you don't need a drawing tablet to use it to take advantage of it. Obviously, if you want to use it with like Photoshop or Premiere, it's gonna be, really helpful and stuff for that. But each of the keys can be reprogrammed to reassign to be any sort of shortcut, function, launch applications, keystrokes, mouse clicks, literally anything. You guys know I love these. So checking it out, up top is a rotary dial. In stock, it's great for doing things like changing your brush size in like Photoshop. But that button in the middle can also change what the profile is and what that dial does. There's 4 different ones preset, and there's a little light ring around it, which will let you know what profile you're on. Below that are 8 tactile keys, and you'll see in the middle a little OLED screen that shows you what the actual preset or function is for each of those keys or profile you're on. Then on the bottom is another button which will go through and cycle the 5 different presets, so you can have, 5 pretty much profiles saved, and this will just cycle through them. The software is really easy to use, and that's where you can go in and program this entire remote. You can have different functions for certain programs you can add. Obviously, like I said, create your own. You can change the orientation, so you can use this, vertical, upside down, left orientation, right orientation, and it'll adjust accordingly. And it'll also tell you like the battery life and stuff remaining. You could also use wired if you please, but obviously wireless is the way to go. So have 40 customized shortcuts and functions right at an arm's reach for just around 85 to 90 bucks. Definitely a good pickup if you're like me and you have an unhealthy obsession with macro pads. Next up, if you're in the market to add some desktop speakers to your setup or just speakers in general to your room, check out these Edifier R128T. These active bookshelf speakers are a crazy good value for under $100. They punch way above their price tag. First up, checking it out, I love the simplicity to them. It gets a nice wood grain finish. It does come with that mesh grill, but you can take it off and expose the speakers, the tweeters, and all that. So visually, you can choose to have them clothed or naked. But yeah, just visually digging the warmth it adds to the setup. Now, in terms of sound quality, obviously the most important thing, these are crazy good, again, for the price. The speakers feature a 4-inch driver and a 13mm silk dome tweeter, which is going to be delivering an extremely wide range of frequencies in the range of 75 Hz to 18 kHz. But the great thing about these and the sound profile is you have the ability to adjust it and change it on the fly. On the left speaker on the right side, you have 3 dials. One's for adjusting the volume, and you also have independent treble and bass knobs, so you can adjust that. If you want to increase it, decrease it, you can do that all right there. Change up how your music sounds. They do get pretty loud as well, definitely more than enough to fill a room. And when say you do adjust the bass, all the way up to 10, it doesn't sound muddy and there's no distortion. Definitely a big fan of that way to sort of EQ your music. And to top it all off, they do come with a remote if you want to adjust it quickly on the fly instead of having to reach and manually adjust it. A killer value here. Now, as I mentioned before, this episode's sponsored by Karma, which is an app and a Chrome extension that's constantly using tech behind the scenes to scan the web for coupon codes, price drops, all that stuff to save you guys some money in the end. And we're gonna show this off in a little bit, don't worry, it's Razer's brand new gaming mouse. I just saved 10% off on this, and it's a brand new release, because a lot of times, companies don't want you to know when they have a coupon code available, and apparently there was like a first day of fall sale on eBay, so using Karma, I got 10% off a brand new mouse. So on the Karma site or the Chrome web store, you just install the Karma plugin with the Add to Chrome button. Takes like 3 seconds. Now when you're shopping on your favorite sites, you can track items, save them, create lists, and get notifications via email or mobile push when that saved item comes back in stock, is on sale, or if there's an active coupon code. And for products you want, you can choose when it notifies you. Create lists to manage certain products into organized categories, and then when you save it, it'll be tracked going forward, and everything else you've saved to save you some money. And speaking of which, Karma scans your cart chart for coupon codes, so you don't have to manually search the web yourself. It's just one click of the button and it'll do all the scanning and applying the codes for you automatically, so you know you're always getting the best deal for your money. This feature is just on your computer, so the Chrome extension is a must. Also, you can earn money as you shop with their Karma Cash when you shop select sites and retailers. So you're seeing a pattern here, more money in your pocket. So again, if you're trying to save some money, and who isn't, I'll have the link for Karma listed for you in the description down below so you can start spending less. Coming up next is the Backbone One mobile controller. And I've used a ton of different controllers out there before, a bunch of the ones from Razer. This one, hands down, no pun intended, is the best. It is limited to just iOS currently, so iPhone users, you'll be in luck. If you're an Android fan, I'm sorry. So first things first, obviously you just snap your phone in and you'll be good to go. It does adjust so you can fit pretty much any iPhone size you have. It fits my 11 Pro Max, no issues at all. On all the buttons, you overall feel the control, very ergonomic, nice and tactile clicks as well. Construction-wise, they did it right. What's also great is there's no actual battery to the controller. It runs off your phone's battery, which means you could just, use this without having to worry about the controller dying. It also has pass-through charging, which is really cool, so you can charge your phone through the controller. And it also has a built-in headphone jack if you want to plug in headphones. But besides the controller itself, they do have a shortcut button to pull up their Backbone app. This is like a central hub to all your mobile gaming needs. It's really cool. Through here, you can launch whatever game you have on your phone that supports controller. But it's also a hub where you can go in and launch Xbox Cloud Gaming if you have Game Pass. Things like Apple Arcade, uses with PlayStation Remote Play, your Stadia if you're one of those people, Steam Link. Pretty much any gaming and streaming network out there, you can use and stream your games with. So for example, I use this with Xbox Cloud Gaming. You don't have to actually download any games. You don't have to have your Xbox turned on. You don't even have to have an Xbox in your house. It streams all the games directly to your phone. And if you have Game Pass, then you literally have thousands of games ready to be played right in your hand. I went through, played a bunch of Forza, booted up Skate 3 for old time's sake, got to play some games that I didn't even know I wanted to play, like Mech Warrior. Playing Steep on this was crazy. Again, just a really awesome, well-made controller, no lag or latency, because again, it's not Bluetooth. It's powered directly by your phone's lightning port, and it's definitely the best mobile controller I've used. Coming up next is a very, very interesting one, okay? This is Spotify car thing. And did you know Spotify actually made a dedicated device used for streaming music? Yeah, this thing's awesome. So in terms of UI and how it works, it does connect to your phone via Bluetooth. It'll then link to your Spotify premium account. And visually, yeah, it's reminiscent of like an old MP3 player. You have a 4-inch touchscreen display, you have a big dial on the right side and a button underneath, and up top is 4 microphones and 5 buttons. One is for muting it, and the 4 other buttons are having presets. You can set each button to be like a playlist, for example. So a lot of functionality, use the dial to go through, adjust the volume, search through playlists or albums, or just use the touchscreen to navigate. It's all up to you. Inside the box, it comes with everything you're gonna need: USB-C cable, the 12-volt USB power adapter, and 3 different mounting solutions. So you can have it by your CD player, the car vent, or just use the 3M adhesive to attach it to the dashboard. So sure, you can just connect your phone to the Bluetooth in your car and play music that way. This is gonna give you the extra functionality now. So maybe your car is older and you don't have one of those new smart displays, no Apple CarPlay, nothing like that. This can now be your solution for music, podcasts, anything. It doesn't just play music, it plays podcasts as well, anything through Spotify. Another cool thing about this is, say you don't wanna be distracted navigating the actual Spotify car thing itself, you can just say, "Hey Spotify." So you can use voice commands like, "Hey Spotify, play this song," or "Hey Spotify, play this album." So you don't have to go through Siri or Google. They have their very own voice assistant. Now, even though it's called, car thing, there's no telling you where you can and can't use this. You can use this pretty much anywhere that you're gonna have a USB connection. So for me, what I've been loving this with is using it around the studio. Yeah, I can just have my phone on me, control Spotify through that, but if I'm, at my desk, my phone's not readily right near me, having this as this Spotify hub to just change music, cycle playlists, all that is really, really cool and useful. So, have this on your desktop, maybe mount it under your monitor or something for that quick and easy Spotify navigation. I can see this being really useful if you own your own business, like you own your own cafe or coffee shop, for example. So you can have it mounted on the wall, the employees can go through and change the song, change the music that's playing in said business. I don't know. So what's the catch? What's the caveat here? How come we haven't heard about it? Well, the weird thing is this is going to eventually launch for $80, they said. However, if you're a Spotify premium member, which you need to be to sign up to get this, you can get it for free, which is what I did. It was like $4 shipping. But back in May, I signed up and they sent it out a month later. So you can either sign up to get it for free possibly, or wait till they roll it out for $80. Either way, depending on what you pay, definitely worth it. Spotify car thing, if you could take advantage of it, I think it's really, really cool. And then last but not least, we have Razer's brand new release with the Razer Basilisk V3. Yes, Razer's made like 10 different versions of the Basilisk lineup. This V3 though has a ton of new additions. So first, talking shape and design, yes, very similar to the Logitech G502. We call it that like aggressive gamer ergo design here. Definitely a favorite of mine, but I get it might not be for everybody. But all in total, it has 11 programmable buttons. By the way, that little thumb button there on the left side can be programmed to be anything you want, as well as a DPI shifter if you're sniping and you want to like, cycle the DPI down to like 200. It uses their Razer optical mouse switches, a 26,000 DPI Focus Plus sensor. I usually game at around 700 to 800 on here. You have the 100% pure PTFE feet underneath for a nice slick glide. You have their lightweight flexible cable because yes, it is wired unfortunately. You have 11 RGB lighting zones, so it's gonna be nice and bright, very vibrant lighting all around the mouse, which looks really cool. And a really cool upgrade to their scroll wheel. This is the Razer Hyper Scroll Tilt Wheel, which not only tilts left and right, but it has that like infinite scrolling feature that we saw on the G502 lineup. So you can navigate from the individual scrolling clicks or have it free scroll. Check it out. Now again, the Basilisk isn't trying to compete with the trend of new mice out there. It does tip the scales at 102 grams, which is, yes, a bit heavier, and yes, it's wired. But man, something about this shape, again, having used the G502 for so many years, it just feels so good and so at home. So again, no, it's not wireless. No, it's not lightweight. So I could see it, not being appealing to that many people, but at the same time, there's just as many people who don't like the lightweight mouse trend and who could still love and appreciate a nice ergo mouse like this with a ton of gaming features. Razer definitely has some pretty good upgrades here with the Basilisk V3, and it comes in just at $70. And guys, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Cool Tech under $100 for October. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks again to Karma for sponsoring this episode. If you want to check them out, as well as all the tech we showed off today, I'll have it listed for you in the description down below. If you like this episode, give it a big thumbs up, show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.